For many seniors, a hot cup of tea is more than just a drink. It's a comforting moment that helps calm the mind amid life's busy pace. While tea is often seen as gentle, natural, and soothing, did you know that not all teas are suited for any time of day? One thing people often overlook is when they drink their tea, especially whether it's on an empty stomach or after a meal. You might think starting your morning with herbal or green tea is healthy, but sometimes that innocent habit can cause problems, especially for those over 50 with sensitive digestion, fluctuating blood sugar, or blood pressure issues. Some teas contain natural compounds that, when consumed on an empty stomach, can cause discomfort like dizziness, nausea, low blood pressure, or acid reflux. Definitely not the peaceful tea time you were hoping for. On the flip side, there are teas that actually work better and taste better after eating. These teas help balance blood sugar, reduce bloating, soothe the nervous system, and support digestion. All very important benefits as we age. In today's video, I'll share 12 common teas, 6 you should never drink on an empty stomach, and 6 you should enjoy after meals. You might be surprised by some of the choices and how simple timing changes can boost your comfort and well-being throughout the day. Let's start by talking about why black tea isn't a great choice first thing on an empty stomach and why timing your tea matters. Black tea feels like the perfect morning pick-me-up, warm, bold, and gently energizing. It's often seen as a gentler alternative to coffee, especially for seniors trying to reduce caffeine. But what many don't realize is that, as we age, drinking black tea on an empty stomach can quietly do more harm than good. The cause is a class of natural substances called tannins that are present in black tea. Black tea's distinctive flavor and subtle bitterness are attributed to these components. However, tannins can aggravate the lining of the digestive tract and raise the formation of stomach acid when they come into contact with an empty stomach. Shortly after drinking, some people experience nausea, minor stomach cramps, or a painful burning feeling, even if they never link their morning tea to their acid reflux, gastritis, or sensitive stomach. Seniors who already suffer from these conditions may have a flare-up in their symptoms. Additionally, black tea has a moderate quantity of caffeine, less than coffee, but yet sufficient to activate the digestive tract and nervous system. It can feel startling rather than invigorating when that stimulus takes place without food in the stomach. Some people feel jittery, their heart races, or their blood sugar slightly drops, which can make them shaky or dizzy, especially if they haven't had breakfast yet. The problem of nutrition absorption is another. Black tea's tannins have the ability to bind to iron and prevent it from being absorbed, especially non-heme iron that is present in plant-based diets. Drinking black tea first thing in the morning before meals may significantly reduce the amount of iron that the body retains in elderly people who are already at risk for low iron levels. Thankfully, the answer is straightforward. Wait till you've had a light supper before giving up your love of black tea. You may counteract its effects and yet enjoy its flavor and health advantages by eating it with breakfast, even something as simple as toast with nut butter or a bowl of porridge. Please feel free to ask any questions you may have by leaving a comment below, beginning today. To ensure you always receive the greatest health advice from SeniorHealth, don't forget to click the subscribe button and turn on notifications. And I want to know whether you're with me if you're now watching. If this video resonates with you, type 1 in the comments section. If not, type 0. 2. Green tea. Why drinking it by itself may cause more than just calmness. Rich in antioxidants, mild caffeine, and ingredients that promote longevity, cognitive function, and metabolism, green tea is frequently hailed as one of the world's healthiest beverages. It's simple to understand why so many individuals attempt to include it in their morning ritual, particularly those over 50. However, it's not as safe as it seems to consume green tea on an empty stomach. In actuality, it may subtly create more suffering than good for certain elderly people. Similar to black tea, green tea has tannins, which are inherently bitter substances that can irritate the lining of the stomach when no food is present. Particularly for people with a history of acid reflux, ulcers, or a generally sensitive digestive system, Tannins may raise stomach acid when taken empty, which could cause nausea, bloating, or a sour feeling in the gut. However, the effects of green tea are not limited to that. Caffeine content. Green tea has less caffeine than coffee, but it's still enough to have an impact on your nervous system. Caffeine enters the system more quickly and has a stronger effect when taken on an empty stomach. A slight but discernible increase in anxiety, restlessness, or shakiness may result from this. Something that many elderly people believe comes with becoming older. In actuality, though, it can simply be bad timing. Additionally, some people claim that drinking green tea by itself makes them feel lightheaded or disoriented. This may be because it has a mildly decreasing effect on blood pressure, which is generally good. However, it can cause a brief decrease in energy or stability when taken on an empty stomach, particularly if blood sugar or hydration levels are already low. Next is the absorption of nutrients. Similar to black tea, green tea's tannins may hinder the body's ability to absorb iron. Furthermore, this seemingly innocuous habit can eventually contribute to a hidden shortfall, as many seniors already struggle to maintain optimum iron levels, especially those over 60. Third, tea with peppermint. Why it's not as calming as you may imagine when you're hungry. One of the most calming herbal teas, peppermint tea is frequently used as a treatment for stress, bloating, and indigestion. It is particularly well liked by seniors seeking mild natural comfort because of its soothing effects and cooling scent. Nevertheless, peppermint tea isn't always the best option in the morning, especially if your stomach is entirely empty, despite its well-deserved reputation. Although peppermint can relax the gastrointestinal tract muscles, if there isn't any food in the system to counteract this impact, it could backfire. Acid reflux is readily caused by excessive relaxation of the lower esophageal sphincter, the muscle that prevents stomach acid from rising into the throat. Seniors who already suffer from GERD or heartburn may find that drinking peppermint tea on an empty stomach exacerbates their symptoms rather than helps them. The cooling effect that makes peppermint seem soothing might also obscure your stomach's delicate cues. Without addressing the underlying reason, it may numb minor hunger or discomfort, which can result in missed meals or delayed eating, which in older persons may lead to low energy, dizziness, or inadequate nutrient intake. If it takes the place of breakfast rather than enhancing it, what begins as a calming routine might subtly become a digestive stressor. Temperature is another factor. Many people drink peppermint tea hot, which can help with digestion after meals. However, if you drink hot tea on an empty stomach, you may have minor cramps or nausea, especially if you have sensitive gut linings. Despite all of this, peppermint tea is safe. In fact, when used purposefully, it continues to be a fantastic choice. After a meal, especially after heavy or rich dishes, peppermint tea can help with digestion, reduce gas, and make you feel more at peace. However, its calming benefits may be ill-timed when consumed as a morning beverage on its own, particularly when there is nothing in the stomach. Therefore, try moving your cup to after lunch or supper if you like the taste of peppermint or depend on it for digestive support. The outcome will probably be more comfortable, and your day will begin more gently. 4. Why taking hibiscus tea alone may lower more than simply your blood pressure. Hibiscus tea is well known for its acidic flavor, vivid red color, and numerous possible health advantages. Because of its inherent potential to enhance heart health and decrease blood pressure, it is particularly well liked by seniors. Actually, hibiscus is used by many people as a plant-based pharmaceutical substitute or to improve their cardiovascular care regimen. Although there are genuine advantages, timing is crucial. In addition to being uncomfortable, drinking hibiscus tea on an empty stomach may have dangerous side effects. The primary cause for worry is its potent hypotensive impact. Bioactive substances found in hibiscus can lower blood pressure and relax blood arteries. When taken properly, that's fantastic news. But when taken without meals, particularly in the morning, those effects may manifest too rapidly. This may cause unexpected dizziness, lightheadedness, or even fainting in certain elderly persons, particularly while standing up after sitting. If you've ever gotten up too quickly and experienced a wave of unsteadiness, picture that feeling intensified by hibiscus tea lowering blood pressure. This interaction can be more than a minor annoyance for elderly people who are already taking blood pressure medicine or who are dealing with conditions like orthostatic hypotension. It may make accidents and falls more likely. Acidity is another factor to take into account. When taken without food, hibiscus tea's naturally tart flavor and fruit acids may irritate the stomach lining, particularly when the stomach is empty and exposed. Some persons have moderate stomach cramps, nausea, or a persistent feeling of acidity. By no means is avoiding hibiscus tea completely the answer. When done at the right time, it can be a beneficial addition to your wellness regimen. Drinking it after a meal, especially lunch or dinner, enables the body to gradually absorb its ingredients. Food acts as a buffer against its effects, lowering the risk of stomach irritation and preventing sharp decreases in blood pressure. Why an empty stomach can make its strength backfire. There's a good reason why ginger tea has gained popularity. It is well known for its ability to ease nausea, lower inflammation, and promote circulation. It is also warm and pleasant. Many elderly people consider ginger tea to be a reliable friend, something they may go for when they're feeling uneasy or chilly. Despite all of its advantages, ginger is a strong root, and when it is brewed into tea and taken without food, its potency can occasionally outweigh its benefits. Ginger's ability to stimulate digestive fluids is among its most noteworthy qualities. This is one of the reasons it reduces gas and bloating. It stimulates the stomach to function more effectively. However, all of that stimulation has nowhere to go when the stomach is empty. The outcome? A burning feeling, slight cramps, or in certain cases, nausea. Ginger tea may aggravate your stomach rather than soothe it, particularly if you drink it first thing in the morning. The strong ingredients in ginger, especially gingerol and shogal, can be too much for people with sensitive stomach linings, diseases like gastritis, or a propensity for acid reflux. These naturally spicy ingredients may stimulate your stomach to produce extra acid, which can lead to discomfort or an unanticipatedly long-lasting sour stomach if you don't eat anything to buffer it. The circulatory impact is another factor to take into account. In certain people, ginger can slightly lower blood pressure and aid in blood flow promotion. Although this is usually official, it may create a slight drop that makes you shaky or dizzy if you consume it on an empty stomach, especially if you're also taking blood pressure medication. Most of the time it's not harmful, but it can disrupt your morning routine. This does not imply that you should give up ginger tea. Not at all. It can provide all of its intended advantages when used with a small meal or after eating: reduced inflammation, easier digestion, and an overall sense of coziness. For people with slow digestion or sporadic discomfort, a cup after lunch or dinner can be especially beneficial. Tea with cinnamon. Cinnamon tea has long been prized for its comforting scent and delicate sweetness, but consuming it by itself may cause a blood sugar collapse. Beyond its comforting qualities, however, it is also well known for its potent health benefits, its capacity to aid in blood sugar regulation. For elderly people with type 2 diabetes or insulin sensitivity, cinnamon tea may appear like the ideal natural ally. When cinnamon tea is drunk on an empty stomach, though, this advantage can easily become a drawback. Cinnamon slows the body's absorption of sugar into the bloodstream and increases insulin sensitivity. When consumed with or after a meal, that is a beneficial effect. However, cinnamon can occasionally make that dip stronger when taken by itself, particularly in the morning when blood sugar is already low. Some people may experience dizziness, shakiness, and a rapid reduction in energy, which is known as a blood sugar crash. This is especially true for older adults whose blood sugar levels tend to vary more. Those taking drugs that already drop blood glucose should be especially concerned about this. When cinnamon tea is consumed on an empty stomach, it might exacerbate the side effects of these drugs, making symptoms seem more concerning than beneficial. The time becomes crucial. even though the tea itself isn't always bad. The effect of cinnamon on appetite is another less obvious factor to take into account. Drinking it before eating dulls hunger cues for some people. Even though this could seem like a minor victory for weight control, it can backfire in older adults by causing them to miss meals or eat too little, which over time can impair their strength, energy, and immunity. Furthermore, when consumed in concentrated form, cinnamon's natural components may cause mild stomach irritation, especially if the stomach lining is already sensitive from aging or certain drugs. Although the majority of people can handle it well, some people may experience minor nausea or a slight burning sensation when they drink cinnamon tea on an empty stomach. The answer: don't stop drinking cinnamon tea. Just change how you do it. Savor it after meals, especially ones high in carbohydrates, since it can help reduce blood sugar rises that occur after meals. Its advantages are maximized, and the chance of drops, pain, or unexpected side effects is reduced with this schedule. After discussing which teas are best avoided when not eating, let's look at the soft, nourishing teas that are even more advantageous when had after a meal. These teas actively assist your body's natural rhythms of digestion, relaxation, and repair, rather than just avoiding discomfort. Let's start with chamomile, one of the most popular and classic choices. 7. Why chamomile tea is the ideal after-meal calm. Chamomile tea has been valued for generations as a sleep-promoting calming cure. Its naturally calming properties and gentle floral scent make it a popular choice for bedtime. However, what chamomile does after a meal may be its true magic for seniors. Natural substances termed flavonoids and epigenine, which have mild antispasmodic and anti-inflammatory effects, are found in chamomile. Chamomile can help relax the muscles of the gastrointestinal tract after eating, particularly if the meal was rich, heavy, or a bit too quickly. This results in a smoother digestion process overall, less discomfort, and less bloating. The best thing about chamomile after meals is not only the relief it provides, but also how discreetly it does its job. Chamomile calms without overcorrecting, in contrast to heavier teas that may too strongly increase movement or acid production. A warm cup of chamomile can provide delicate balance without putting undue strain on the body for seniors who have sensitivity after eating, whether it be minor reflux, indigestion, or simply the feeling of being too full. The benefits of chamomile also include an emotional component. The body normally enters a more parasympathetic state, also known as rest and digest after meals. Chamomile helps soothe the neurological system, which facilitates that shift. Chamomile slows things down for people who eat nervously or go immediately into chores after eating. It generates a sense of calm that extends well beyond the digestive tract and helps the body handle food more effectively. Additionally, some elderly people discover that chamomile helps them go asleep more easily after dinner. Not only because of the tea's repute, it's because sleep is frequently disrupted by poor digestion. Sleep comes more readily when the body isn't exerting itself over time to digest food. In one calming cup, chamomile promotes the entire cycle from digestion to rest. 8. How FennelTea helps with post-meal digestion and reduces bloating. Though it may not be as well known as green or chamomile tea, FennelTea quietly saves the lives of many elderly people who suffer from gas after meals, bloating, or slow digestion. FennelTea's licorice-like flavor and subtle sweetness make it more than just a comforting beverage. Particularly when sipped after eating, it provides genuine digestive help. The natural substances inositol, fenchon, and estragol found in fennel seeds aid in the relaxation of the gastrointestinal tract's smooth muscles. This implies that FennelTea helps relieve intestinal tension, lessen cramping, and gently transfer gas through the digestive system after a meal, particularly one that could feel a little too heavy or fibrous. FennelTea provides immediate and long-lasting relief for seniors who have post-meal discomfort, or who feel bloated even after consuming little amounts of food. One of the main reasons it has been used in traditional medicine for generations is because of its carminative qualities, which include its capacity to prevent and reduce gas. Chewing fennel seeds after meals has long been a custom in many cultures. The same advantages are obtained by brewing those seeds into tea, but in a more calming and hydrating form. The fact that FennelTea doesn't have an aggressive effect makes it especially beneficial for senior citizens. It doesn't disturb or create a sense of urgency by stimulating the gut. Rather, it promotes a more comfortable digestion process and helps avoid the lingering fullness that can make afternoons or nights unpleasant by supporting your body's natural rhythm. Additionally, FennelTea has a mild appetite balancing effect by fostering a sense of closure after meals. It might help reduce the desire for more snacks or sweets. This is particularly beneficial for people who want to control their weight or refrain from overindulging in between meal snacks. Even in the evening, FennelTea is a fantastic choice because it is naturally caffeine-free. After lunch or dinner, a warm cup not only calms the stomach, but also lets the body know it's time to unwind and digest, rather than work too hard or hurry. 9. Dandelion tea's benefits for your liver and post-meal digestion. The dandelion may initially appear to be a typical garden weed. However, when brewed into tea, it becomes one of the most underappreciated digestive aids, particularly for elderly people. Made from the plant's roots or leaves, dandelion tea provides mild assistance for your digestive and liver systems. Its advantages become considerably more significant when consumed after a meal. Promoting liver function is one of the most significant functions of dandelion tea. In addition to being your body's natural detoxifier, the liver is essential for fat digestion and blood sugar regulation after meals. Liver function may slightly deteriorate with age, particularly when exposed to stressors such as processed meals, alcohol, or drugs. After meals, drinking dandelion tea can support the liver's workload by gently encouraging it to digest nutrients, eliminate toxins, and maintain proper function. Dandelion tea not only supports the liver, but also subtly increases bile production, which is necessary for fat breakdown. The sluggish, over-fulfilling feeling that often follows a heavier meal, especially one that contains meat, oils, or creamy dishes, can be lessened by using dandelion tea to assist the digestive system keep up. It merely amplifies the natural rhythm of your body without putting any pressure on it. Additionally, dandelion root has a modest diuretic effect, assisting the body in eliminating extra water and sodium without depleting vital minerals like potassium. Seniors who have bloating or fluid retention after salty meals may find this very helpful. Regularly drinking dandelion tea after meals also helps some people control their bowel motions. Although it isn't a laxative, it does gently assist the entire digestive cycle from the liver to the intestines, which facilitates more comfortable and regular disposal. It may take some getting accustomed to because of its slightly bitter taste, but that's part of its appeal. In natural medicine, bitter plants have traditionally been used to enhance post-meal processing and stimulate digestion. Try mixing it with a little honey, or serving it with a moderate snack if you've never tried it before. 10. Why rubus tea is a heart-healthy caffeine-free option after meals. Although it may not be as well known as green or chamomile tea, seniors who want a mild caffeine-free method to relax after meals could include rubus tea in their cup. After eating, when your body is transitioning from digestion to repair, rubus tea is particularly beneficial. It is naturally sweet, full of antioxidants, and free of caffeine and oxalates. The cardiovascular advantages of rubus tea are among its best qualities. Aspartame, a special flavonoid found in it, has been demonstrated to maintain healthy cholesterol levels, lower blood pressure, and lessen oxidative stress, all of which are critical for heart health, especially in older persons. After a meal, drinking rubus tea may help lower inflammation and prevent blood sugar increases, which both contribute to long-term cardiovascular health. Rubus tea is a great option for evenings when you want to unwind without disturbing your sleep because it doesn't contain caffeine like black or green tea does. Additionally, it's naturally free of tannins, which are substances that might disrupt the absorption of nutrients or upset an empty stomach, making it mild enough for people with sensitive digestion to enjoy. rubus tea provides subtle support in meaningful ways after meals. Its earthy, toasty sweetness can serve as a satiety cue and stop needless munching. A post-dinner rubus ritual can provide a gratifying pause that promotes healthier behaviors and more mindful eating for anyone attempting to control their weight, blood sugar, or desires at night. Additionally, rubus has calming effects on the digestive tract. Its anti-inflammatory qualities aid in easing moderate gastrointestinal discomfort, but it doesn't have the same stimulating or digestive tonic effects as peppermint or ginger. Additionally, its relaxing properties benefit the neurological system, which is particularly beneficial after tense or hurried meals. It is also a favorite among people moving away from sugary drinks because of its nice, naturally sweet flavor. It helps you wind down while satisfying your taste buds and hydrating your body without the need for extra sugar. 11th, how LemonBalm tea soothes your stomach and nerves after eating. Although it might not be the first herbal choice that springs to mind, LemonBalm tea quickly becomes a favorite, particularly among seniors who want to calm their minds and digestion after meals. LemonBalm tea's subtle relaxing effects and faint lemony aroma provide a subtle form of peace that transcends appearances. LemonBalm, a member of the mint family, has been demonstrated in studies to enhance emotional stability, treat minor digestive distress, and lower anxiety, in addition to its soothing effects. LemonBalm is a dual-purpose remedy for seniors who struggle to unwind due to post-meal tension, bloating, or erasing mind. It is perfect for those evenings when you want to relax, but yet feel balanced and attentive, because it soothes the nervous system and the gut. Your body automatically enters the parasympathetic response or rest and digest mode after eating, particularly dinner, by gradually relaxing the gastrointestinal tract muscles and assisting in the reduction of gas or cramping. LemonBalm facilitates this shift. It won't induce urgency or overstimulate digestion like stronger herbal teas do. Rather, it offers a slight sense of relief, which is particularly beneficial for people who have stomach tightness after eating or who carry stress in their abdomen. However, the mood-calming properties of LemonBalm are its most distinctive contribution. Without making you feel sleepy or disoriented, it interacts with the brain's GABA receptors, which are the same circuits that assist control serenity and relaxation. This makes it a great option for elderly people who have sleep problems, mild anxiety related to eating, or just wish to end the day with a clear brain. If you want to personalize your evening cup, you may easily blend it with other soothing herbs like lavender or chamomile because it has a moderate, somewhat lemony flavor without being overly harsh. After a hard day, many individuals find that the scent of LemonBalm tea alone soothes them and helps them rest. That post-meal moment can be significant for elders. Digesting meals is only one aspect of it. Another is digesting the day. That moment becomes softer, gentler, and little more serene with the help of LemonBalm tea. 12th, OolongTea's benefits for metabolism and post-meal balance. OolongTea is sometimes disregarded, occupying a space between BlackTea and GreenTea, and not quite as well known as either. However, oolong is worth a second study for seniors who want to improve digestion, control their weight, and feel more balanced after meals. It blends the best qualities of both teas, the depth of black tea, and the lightness of green tea, and offers a special set of advantages that are particularly beneficial when consumed after meals. The capacity of oolong tea to subtly boost metabolism is among its most remarkable qualities. It has moderate amounts of cacans and caffeine, which are natural substances that have been demonstrated to improve fat burning and stabilize blood sugar levels after meals.